talk about things that I get excited for, this happens. Like, my eyes start to tear up uncontrollably, but I just did my makeup, so I don't want it to get ruined. Oh my god, guys. The worst thing is that I don't have waterproof mascara, so... Okay, we're good. We're doing this. It will be fine. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video of my mini series of getting ready for 2024 and making 2024 the best year of our lives yet. Accomplishing our goals, setting ourselves up for success, just making it a great year. If you're new to my channel, I'm Isabel. I'm a 23-year-old currently living in Paris while studying my master's degree, and I'm passionate about planning and organizing and making myself goals and making resolutions. I'm just one of those types of girlies. Like, I love doing it. I love watching other people doing it. Like, one of my favorite videos is like reset and reflects from other people on YouTube, and this is like my fourth year doing this kind of series. I am glad to say that I feel like every year I make it better. I make it more like intentional, and each year my goals keep improving as I keep growing. These past few days I've been watching my past reset and reflects for the years, and I don't know, I just love seeing how much I'm growing, like how I accomplished my goals for last year, and now I'm setting myself new goals. I hope you enjoy this video and that it motivates you to prepare some things, set some goals for the new year, and we can make this our year. Also, little disclaimer that I feel like I always say, even if you're watching this in like May, you can set yourself goals and change your life and change things at any given point in your life. So don't feel like, oh my god, I need to wait for the next New Year's and anything. No, like, it gives me, and I know it gives a lot of people, like this sense of freshness, but honestly, you can change whenever you want. I'm gonna show you some of my goals. I'm gonna give you like a guide of what you can do, because it's what I've done. I've literally already done it, so I'm kind of gonna do a run through with you. I am doing like a physical reset and have a digital reset, and this year I really put a lot of effort into my 2024 Notion hub, and I decided that I was gonna do a template for you guys so that if you want to use it at the same time and follow along, so make sure to check the description box where I'm gonna link the free template. So without further ado, let's get started. This is my trusty old notebook. The first thing I did that I found really important is my review of 2023. Honestly, jot down. You can see how much text there is. You don't have to write as much, but I find that when I start journaling, I just cannot stop. How has the year been for me? Last year, I wrote something that was like how I see my life by the end of 2023. So I read through that and I kind of annotated, okay, what happened, what didn't. I'm glad to say that most of the things that I annotated actually happened, and I'm just like shocked about that. There's some things that I had forgotten about, and that now reading them through, I was like, oh my god, did I like totally manifest this? For me, my general reflection and what I could remember is that 2022 for me was a very not balanced year. I feel like I overworked myself so much. I was super burnt out. I let my value be defined so much by others instead of myself. And 2023, I wanted it to be a lot more balanced, and also to put my value, to focus on putting my value in myself, not depending so much on what other people might say of me, might think of me, for me to feel like I'm valuable and that I'm worthy and that I'm a good worker, person, friend, whatever. I'm happy to say that I feel like I achieved both of those things. Mainly, I think the trusting my own value, and well, balanced. I think I totally was a lot more balanced in 2023. Looking back at the year, I feel like in 2022, when I looked back at the year, I was like, mainly I could think about work stuff in general, working, getting new jobs, like it was a lot like that. When I look back at 2023, okay, my job is a part of it, but there's so many other things that like stand out a lot more, mainly like friend stuff, YouTube, just like being healthier, moving to Paris, traveling. Like, there's so many others of my life that stand out in 2023 than in 2022 that I feel like it was mostly work. So that's like the first dump. I also went through my 2023 goals. I'm not gonna go through all of them because last year I had like 23 goals or like 22 goals, and annotated, like did a little note, had I achieved this, have I not achieved this, and then I passed into the more organized stuff and questions and like prompts I ask myself. Eras of 2023. Do a little summary of what were the main things I did this year, because I feel like at the end of the year you tend to remember only the last like 3 months of the year. This is an exercise to try and remember like what was January Isabel doing, what was like February, March, April Isabel doing, and it really helped me to like look at all the things I had done and focus on enjoying the present instead of always just like looking forward, because I feel like, yeah, it's super important to look forward. I'm all about that, but also it's important to soak in the moments, enjoy the present, enjoy this year. I'm gonna read to you some of them, not all of them, because this video will literally be like 4 hours long if I read everything I wrote down. For example, like summer content, girly era. I had forgotten how much content I put, like I uploaded on YouTube and just put on YouTube in general in summer. Summer party eras. I surprisingly went out a lot more. For me, summer, like when I lived in South America, was in January last year, by the way. I had forgotten how much like actually I went out and made new friends. I just got out of my comfort zone, just hanging out with my friends in different bars. Like all of my friend group was single randomly at the same time, and we ended up like going out a lot, and it was just so fun. Obviously then moving to Paris era, I would call it the different chapters I had within the year, the different like sections of the year. Moving on, next prompt, my favorite moments of the year. In these moments, like favorite moments, I did more specific days, more specific things that I feel like were very memorable and like really stand out. So me particularly, from what I wrote, I put like one specific day that there was an amazing sunset at the beach, and I just went there alone, started journaling, just started to look at nature. I don't know, it just felt peaceful. It felt like I was content with myself. Like I remember specifically, I have pictures of that moment, but what pictures don't tell, and what I feel like only me will remember is like the feeling at that moment. Then there was this specific party that also I went to that I feel like I was so happy, like I felt myself. I felt like I was not being controlled by social anxiety or what people might think. I was truly just having fun of myself. That I went in March. Obviously like my graduation, my trip to New York City, all those things that are not like eras of my life but are like special memories. A good exercise I've done years before is like go through my photos app, and also that will make me remember like, oh my god, I've done so many things throughout the year. Then related to that, like obviously guys, you don't have to follow everything I did. I just think that this year I had time, like I was on a vacation, I didn't really have any plans, and I just focused on dumping and like really reflecting on my year. I'm just giving you ideas. Take whatever you want to take, leave out whatever you want to leave out. So I wrote down things I'm grateful for that happened to me or that I achieved. So this is like a bit more, it's like a bit more nuanced than just like happy memories. It's like specific things I did that I'm grateful for that are not necessarily specific memory. I'm gonna read you some examples again. Getting together with two of my my now best friends. Like I'm so grateful that happened to me, and all that time that I was able to spend with them and how close we got. I'm just so grateful that happened to me. Continuing to upload videos all year long. Obviously go traveling with my best friend to New York City, moving to Paris, just like things I'm grateful, I'm proud of. I feel like it puts me in a better mood and helps me cultivate better vibes. And then, which is I find super important because it's one of the main things that it's gonna guide your 2024, is writing down things that you would like to improve from 2023. For me, one of them was less stress and chaos. I feel like I did so many things this year. I honestly balanced my life a lot more, I added so many things to my plate, which I'm so happy about. However, I feel like in doing so, I did it with a lot of chaos and stress. And this year, I want to really be balanced, but in a less chaotic way. Just maybe this means organizing myself better, prioritizing, learning to put my limits, and like know I can fill my plate with different things, but don't overfill it. Then be more organized. And being organized and mainly like tidy, it's something that I really need to improve on. From my deep clean videos and like vlogs, you might see how my room is very easy for my room to get into like an absolute mess, and I really want to try and avoid that in 2023. More punctuality, be on time to things, really focus on that. I feel like I wasn't really, like I was so late for many things, for classes, things with friends, etc. in 2023. And now, especially me living in Europe, there is a high difference in like punctuality living in Latin America versus in Europe. And having said that, having done my review, my reflection of 2023, then I closed 2023 chapter. It had been a good year, and now I was ready to open up the book and the chapter of 2024. For 2024, most of my planning has been done digitally in Notion. So I'm gonna start sharing my laptop screen in a bit, but I'm gonna say the first thing I did, and it's actually that I've been doing for like weeks before, but obviously you can do it all at the same time, is like brain dump. What do I want my 2024 to look like? What things do I want to achieve? Like sometimes I was in the metro and like I just got an idea of something that I wanted to do, and I literally wrote it down. So I did a whole dump of things that I want to achieve, which then I read through. I like really reflected on what did I want to prioritize, what did I really want, and I came up with my final goals and mentalities and everything that we're gonna see right now. So let's switch into my Notion. This is my Notion. As you can see, it says Isa's 2024 hub. What you can see at the beginning is my vision board, but I'm just not going to touch upon that right now because I actually did that at the end. Firstly, a general intention of what I wanted and envisioned my year to look like. And in my case, I put make it a fun, memorable, happy year while still working hard towards my goals. Then, general mentalities that I wanted to cultivate. So I'm gonna put to cultivate. I'm sorry, my whole Notion disclaimer is in Spanglish. I'm bilingual to the core. Like I speak Spanglish, I think in Spanglish. So I'm sorry about that. The template, it's gonna be mostly in English. Like maybe there's a Spanish word around there, but it's gonna be 99% English. So general mentalities to cultivate. I wrote down some things that are not goals per se, because they're not like that measurable, I would say. I wouldn't consider them as goals, but in general, like intentions on or mentalities that I always want to have in my head, and these are directly linked to things that I also wanted to improve. Let's move on to my goals. Like I feel like past years I haven't really shown you all my goals, but this year I decided I was gonna do it. I just blurred some of them that are very, very, very personal, but most of them I'm gonna show you. I have 24 goals for 2024. I know it's a lot. Some people say like 5 it's okay, 10 it's okay. I say whatever you feel like it's comfortable for you, knowing you've reflected on them. In my case, I read this goals list about like, no joking, 10 times or like 15 times. And I was trying to like shorten it and trying to get less, but then I said like, I've read this 15 times. I know these goals are what I want to achieve. So I deleted some that I felt like there's more like I don't really, it's like a want to have but not a need to have. But these are goals that I really, really want to work towards, and I know they're a lot, but I'm a lot. This year I decided to like make it a bit more organized and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 areas of life that are literally related to the types of goals. Like it just makes me feel more organized. Do how many areas of life you want, do 0 areas of life if you want it, but for me it makes me feel more organized. I have 24, so I'm not going to talk about the 24, but I think I'll show you all of them and just like talk about the most important ones. I put it in order of importance kind of. So for YouTube, which is I think one of or my most important goals, is level up my content quantity and quality. And what does that mean? So for some of the goals, to make them more trackable and easier to evaluate, I did like a little like breakdown of what this goal means. That means for me 2 uploads every week. Really focus on that discipline, really focus on 2 uploads every week. I feel like it's something that I've really wanted to do past years, never achieved it fully. So this year is the year of discipline, of consistency, and I'm doing it. Then no major breaks, no of like 1 month off YouTube or something like that. Really like focus on that consistency, and obviously still enjoy it, no burnout. Corporate work, I put get a full-time paying job that I really enjoy in Paris, a CDI that allows me to stay here after my studies. I really don't want to leave this city, at least not for now, so I really hope I can get a job. Once again, because it's not just like magically the job will come to me. I expanded the goal kind of, I always do this, of things that I can do to make it happen, which at the end, these little things that will make it happen are gonna be my goals for the month. It's like the breakdown. For example, that implies doing my resume, like doing it in French, constant networking, constant applying, etc. Then finances, I really wanna be 100% financially independent. I am gonna be all honest with you, I am not 100% independent right now. I wish I was. I'm very like, it's something that I've wanted for years, but I'm not yet. So by the end of this year, I really want to be 100% financially independent, whether that is for my own money, which would be the preferred case. But if I have to take like a loan or something, but like it's my own loan, I'd love that. And then grow multiple income streams. So like the independent income streams from content creation, being a freelancer, and then the dependent, more like income stream from getting an internship or a full-time job. In personal growth, my main one is having my own space in Paris Center. And I think that's like the one I want to kind of achieve earliest. That's why it has a star. I live a bit in the outskirts of Paris now, and the difference I think it would make in my life, the amount of time it will save me, because I go to Paris every day. Like I go to the city literally every day. So the amount of time it will save me to just live in the center of Paris would be amazing. Then travel more. 2024 is gonna be my year of travel. I feel like I have a slight fear of planning trips. I don't know, like not traveling per se, but like planning trips. It's not fear, but it's like I get overly stressed about it and I tend to put it off. But I really want travel to be a bit more casual for me. Like I really don't want to make a huge deal of it, especially now that I'm in Europe and everything is close by and I can take a train of like 20 euros to go somewhere. Like cultivate that, learn to travel and learn to make it something that doesn't make so much stress for me. Specifically to make it measurable, I want to know at least 15 new places, and that doesn't mean going to like China and Thailand. That can literally mean going like 1 hour south and visiting a new city. So habits, for example, punctuality, that is directly related to something that I told you that I really wanted to improve last year. So being punctual in all aspects of life, especially university, especially work when I have one, like a corporate job. Social, nourish current relationships, especially living abroad from like the country that you were born and raised and where you made most of your friends until now. It's hard because you have to keep those long distance friends, and I really want to focus on nourishing those relationships even though I'm like 10,000 kilometers away. And then other important ones, mainly master French. I want to get a job here. I want to continue living in Paris, and it's essential for me to really get to a place where I'm comfortable speaking it, expressing myself, having conversation, being able to work, people understanding me. So I really want to work into that, and that's one of the main ones that I want to like start working soon. What I did next this year, that I actually saw it in a video from Loveyou, is write why. Why do I want to achieve each one of these goals? Each one of these 24 goals. I did that in my little notebook. I feel like it's a really good exercise because it just makes you more intentional with your goals, and I feel, well, we'll see, we'll prove it during the year, but I feel like it makes me more prone to wanting to achieve them. Something that happened to me last year is that I was really good in keeping track of my monthly goals, but I kind of forgot about my yearly goals and didn't connect them that much to my monthly goals. But this year, I really want to be connected with my yearly goals. Then I decided I wanted to write a bucket list. I think it's important that I explain, at least for me, what is the difference between my goals and bucket list. Goals are those things that I can work throughout the year in, that I can kind of break down into different activities that I have control over, and that I can, yeah, like measure my progress. Bucket list things are more like specific things that I want to happen that are not so much maybe under my control. Clear example is achieve 10K subscribers on YouTube. My goal is to level up my content quantity and quality and do 2 uploads consistent every week, which I can control that. I can make sure I do that. However, the 10K subs, I cannot really control that. That's out of my scope. But like, I would love it if it happened. Bucket list for me is also things that are not that important as goals. Like, my goals are my main things, and bucket lists are like, yes, things that I would love to happen, things that I would like to tick off, but are not extremely important. Then I just put a little quote to fill in the space that I love this quote. I'm gonna move on to my Q1 like section, which is where I basically break down my big yearly goals into things that I can do monthly. I did this activity last year of putting a word of the quarter, which is gonna be kind of like my North Star. What do I wanna achieve this quarter? Like, what is gonna guide my actions this quarter? When I have to take a decision, I'm gonna focus on that. And that is gonna be for me for Q1, calmness, tranquilidad in Spanish. Basically really directed to that chaos and stress that I felt like I was living, especially this past few months of the year. I feel like I've been very chaotic and stressed, and I really want that calmness. And I put a reflection of what does that word means for me. I'm just not gonna show it because it's a bit cringe and personal, but like, I reflected on why I chose that word and what does that word mean for me. And then we move on to the monthly. I've right now only filled up mainly January. I've put in a few things in February, of things that I know that I don't want to do in January, because honestly I want January to be more of like a chill month. Like, it's the first month of the year, I have all these new goals, but I want to really tackle them one at a time with calmness. I'm gonna quickly show you my January goals, basically to show you how I broke down my big yearly goals into monthly goals for the month of January and what I'll be doing the rest of the month. So for example, YouTube, it's easy because my goal was like 2 uploads every week. Then for January, I do want to do 2 videos a week for the whole of January. Then for corporate work, my main goal is to get a full-time paying job that I really enjoy in Paris. So firstly, I need to translate my CV, my resume to French. Step 1, easy. Then have a meeting with like the school counselor for like internships and stuff, and then apply. Like, literally, I won't get a job if I don't apply, so apply to at least 5 internships or like full-time jobs. For personal growth, start applying to apartments in Paris because I'm planning to move like on early March. One other thing that I wanted to show you for January is my habit tracker. We're breaking down our big yearly goals into monthly goals, and then the monthly goals into like daily goals or like daily habits. Now I wanted to move on to the detailed planning and trackers that I made myself for 2024. I told you this year I've gone all out into my habit, into like my Notion template, so I hope you enjoy it. Firstly, it's my content guide. I'm gonna do a run through very fast through all of this. A few like ideas, strategy, analytics tracker, and my calendar where I've already planned my videos for January, and I'm gonna try and do that like every month, plan them ahead. Another thing I did was travel for 2024. As I told you, I want 2024 to be my year of travel, and so I just wrote down all of the cities that I would like to visit. Obviously, this is a lot. I'm not saying I'm gonna visit everything here, but just to have a guide. Then books 2024. Once again, one of my goals is to read 10 books. And here I'm gonna put like a little review of each book and what I want to read in the future if I'm lacking ideas. Then I'm gonna do my weekly check-in. Okay, I really wanted to show you this. This is a habit that I did in 2023 to try and be more in the moment. And every week, every Sunday, do like a little weekly reflection. Think about what I did, what I liked about this week, what I didn't like, what I'd like to improve, etc. But this is how it looked like. Literally every week of the year, well, no, I had a 10-week gap where I didn't do it from 30 to 40, but apart from that, most of the weeks of the years have been filled out. And here, for example, I can see, and so I want to keep the same thing in 2024. And then my wish list for 2024, there's so many things I want to buy, there's so many things, but obviously because I need to follow my budget, I just planned there and annotate everything I want to get. And I decided that I'm gonna prioritize some things, like in January, for example, what do I want to prioritize? And it's just like to get that more organized. That's it for my Notion tour. And now I wanted to share with you a last few ideas of things that I did or that I'm gonna do that I would recommend you to do, like if you have extra time. So firstly, I manifested a bit. That exercise that I did last year of like how I see myself living by the end of the year, this year 2023, and that I told you like I feel like I achieved it, most of it. I did it again for next year. So like, how do I see myself living by the end of 2024? What am I doing? What's my day like? Really be as detailed as I can. Then obviously do my vision board. That's an essential part, but as always, my vision board video is coming in the next part where I'm explaining what I achieved in my vision board 2023 and what I'm planning for vision board 2024. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be the first video of the year. I'm so happy with this year's vision board. It's very like, it has a lot of things, but I'm very happy with it. Your vision board, it's important if it's directly related to your goals or bucket list things. Like, just don't put things that look nice because they look nice, but really relate them to goals and bucket lists, because that's why it's there. Or like even mentality. Some other things, deep clean your room, which again, that's gonna be in another video separately of me doing this with my room. Declutter your digital spaces, like declutter your laptop, your phone, go through your pictures, go to through your downloads, because I bet you your downloads folder in your laptop is a mess. Mine is a freaking mess. So like, that's something you could do. Relax, do some of those like to-dos that you want to close off before the new year. Budget for 2024. I don't know if I'll do a video of that, but I'll definitely be doing that, doing my budget for 2024, at least for January. If you have any other idea of ways that you personally reset for the new year, or things you do that you might think will inspire others, put them down below. Having said that, this video, I literally feel like I've been talking for 2 hours. Like, no joke, I probably have been talking for 2 hours non-stop. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope after this video you're more motivated for the new year's. You're excited to set up your own goals. They don't have to be that many. You could literally simplify this at your way. I'm so happy to be ending another year with you and just having you here. Stay tuned for all the videos to come in 2024. As you saw, YouTube is like my main priority. I want to work in that consistency, and I'm just gonna try my best. I love watching these types of videos of people talking about their goals, so I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you did, so I can make more of this kind of videos, like maybe once a month or something like that, showing you how I've been improving. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I wish you the very best New Year's, that you have the best year, that you really achieve your goals, that you set yourself up for success, and that it's a great year for you with the best vibes. So yeah, love you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.